Hi, this is Aakanksha Naval-Shetye, and today for FilmFare Middle East, we are talking to India's leading playback singer and independent musician, Papon. Now, we know him for his soulful and melodious tracks, his music, but there is something more that he wants to tell us today. Let's see what he has to say. Welcome to Dubai. It's great having you here.
Thank you, thank you.
And of course, you have a concert coming up. So, how excited are you about it?
I am actually. I'm so excited that I'm dreading that I'm getting a cold maybe, because I really want to do good tonight because it's been a while since I performed in Dubai.
Uh-huh.
Also, it's been a while performing anywhere because of the COVID and whatever
Right.
happened to the world. I hope it happened and it's gone.
And it's going, yes.
And yes, really excited to see the people again and sing for them.
Amazing. So, Papan, one thing I wanted to know is because you have been dabbling in multiple things. You know, you are a playback singer. You are also an independent singer. You are into music composing. So, as an artist, what is it that really draws you to the art? Because you know, there's a very strong commercial side to the playback singing part to it as
Yeah.
well. So, how do you balance and what draws you to it?
I think good music, it can be from any style, genre, any space. It could be film, non-film, folk, modern. But good music is good music. It just touches you. You just know what is good when you hear it, and you want to just do more and more of good songs. I take it as a song at a time. I take it as a good song at a time. Doesn't matter which project it's from. So that's the only sole thing that takes me to the search of going more deeper into this art.
Right. But as an independent musician and a singer, do you think there's more freedom when it comes to telling or, you know, kind of projecting the songs or the music that you want to portray or put out to the audience out there?
Yeah, of course, because when it's non-film or independent and you are making a song, it's your story. It's a story you have either thought of or been through. So you make it the way you want to, and you feel the emotions exactly like it's like telling a story of yours, and it's very true that way.
Right.
And for if it is for a film, it's a story again. You are the medium, but it's a story of another person, the director or whoever written the story. So you are telling someone else's story,
Okay.
and it goes via you. So it's the tougher thing is to be true to the story, to be मतलब निभाना जो बोलते हैं, you
जी
have
जी.
to become that story, you have to
Right.
become that song, uh, though it is not yours, so but you can, over time you get to know that, these are the few emotions which human beings go through. This person wants to talk about this emotion of human life and story, and you just, yeah, give it a
Go
little
with.
bit of you and do it. I think it's not very tough that way, I think.
If we were to ask you of, you know, one or two songs which have kind of reflected your journey, which ones would they be that
Um,
you have resonated with very closely?
See, if it is that way, film song, yeah, lots of songs are like that. I am very romantic a person also. So like most of my songs have been in films have been romantic, and being a little hopeless romantic, I think any romance is beautiful, and so I relate to all of them, all the different aspects of looking into a romantic situation. But my own songs would be, my non-film, my own songs would be more portraying my life. Like I have a song called "Main To Chalta Hi Raha."
Okay.
I kept walking. People were there. They gave me the hand. हाथ दिए, फिर हाथ से खींच लिए पीछे. Like a lot of things happen in life.
Right.
So that song would be one of my songs, which I think describes a bit of my journey.
Right. So tell us more about your journey now, because you know we know that you have struggled your way up to find that kind of fame. But you know, so has it been that much of a struggle, or has it been all worth it? Because at the end of the day, people know you, they love you, and they associate you with more with art than the commerce part of it.
Oh, wow. Thank you for saying that. It's big. What you said, that has been, I think, what my father and mother were as an artist. And I have carried that legacy.
Forward.
I've carried that emotion, that belief. My father told me once, "Jo bhi karna hai karo," whatever kind of music, just just do honest music. He said music should be from the heart. Otherwise, don't do it.
That's why all your music is very soulful. Even when we listen to it,
Yeah,
it is.
I would never do a song which I do not relate to. It has to, I have to relate to it like
Feel.
it's my song. Otherwise, I'll not do a song, you know. So yeah, that's been there. But it's, and I never thought it's a struggle ever.
Okay.
You know, it was never a struggle. It's still,
That's
I still haven't reached anywhere. I still don't know if I'll get another Bollywood song or not. I still don't know if any album will come which will make me more popular. I don't still know anything. I'm still in that same phase when I was 10 years back. I'm still
okay.
looking for another good song. Either it's mine or someone else's. But struggle never, because I never had a plan of ki, you know, यहाँ से यहाँ जाना है.
Okay. Okay.
My plan
You've
was
gone.
यहाँ से यहाँ जाना है. So यहाँ से यहाँ जाना है. You know, like it was
And
so
it happened very
small.
organically and
Yeah, so
beautifully.
it was never a struggle. It was just a, it was just another day, you know, of singing, making songs, and I'm here. And I look back now when you people like you interview me, I feel like I look back I'm like, oh yeah, okay, I've done some stuff. So that's why I've been asked these questions. But actually, if you meet me as a person, right, I'm same old friends, set of friends. I'm very
Uh-huh.
the same person.
So
So
how do you balance that out? You know, we were talking about it earlier. How do you balance not falling into the stardom, like the trap of stardom and wanting to portray a certain image? You know, because you are in the field of industry of glamour, of entertainment. So how do you maintain that balance that you are true to yourself, to
सब
the art?
सब झूठ है, सब मिथ्या है, सब माया है. You know how they say it. It's true. I have
Okay.
seen that in my parents. So luckily, I had, luckily, unluckily, both. I've come from a very famous set of parents as musicians,
Yes.
very successful.
True.
They're legends, you know.
In
My
their own
father is
right.
called the Bihu Samrat, king
Yes.
of Bihu and stuff. So unka maine na, I've seen their that
The
graph, you
right.
know. I've seen them
Yes.
up there. In my childhood, I was not like a normal kid, and I couldn't do stuff other kids do, because a lot of that will come on my parents, you know. So the
Right,
pressure
right.
of being a star kid. So I've seen the fame, I've seen the glory, I have also seen the downward journey, I have also seen the end. You know, so it is
Right.
actually doesn't really matter to me, all this stardom and all. You know, it's just not. All that matters is someone really respecting my work? Is someone really respecting my uh, take on
Art.
life? Is are my friends believing in me as a good person? Those are the most important things. If that is working,
Then the
everything else
rest
comes
of
and
it.
goes.
Amazing. Also, tell us something more about your filmmaking. We heard you are making a film which will present more about Northeast and, you know, let us into the culture of Northeast. Tell us more about that. Very interesting.
Yeah, I've actually worked on two of them.
Okay.
One is about this Vaishnavite music 550 years back, which the saint there called Honkordev, he had created, which is very classical in nature.
Okay.
It's amazed how the world hasn't heard it like so
Out
much,
popular.
but it's so grammatic and it's so classical in like designed 550 years back.
Wow.
Classical music as such, Hindustani beat, Western, is 300 years old. This is even prior to
Even
that.
prior to that. Wow.
It's still being practiced, but the world really doesn't know. That's one film. Another one is all the, you know, I'm trying to, not all, as many as I can. I just recently have been traveling, that's why I'm not well. I got the cold. I lived in places where there were no roads to, there were no boats to, there were no electricity. We just reached and documented some, lived with some, you know, tribal people back in the northeast in Assam, their way of living and the music. So that's
Okay.
the film I want to, that's the music I want to bring to the world. It's less heard. Because, you know, as I was telling you sometime back, I was driving, there was no, so I was the driver because suddenly we had to drop these ladies from a village to somewhere. This is another village where there was road to.
Right.
And I was a driver, so I had to drive and drop these women somewhere, village women. And somewhere they decided, they were my fans, and they decided, Paponda, can we sing for you? I'm like, wow, why not? And all dressed in this beautiful traditional wear
Right.
from a tribe called Deodi. I was driving and then they started singing. I mean, it's so amazing. They were all in pitch, in tune,
Wow.
in a sound I have not really explored much. So that kind of sound I want to kind of reproduce and bring it to the world. And that's what the movie is about. So let's see.
Wow,
It'll
that
take
is
me some
amazing.
time. It'll take me a couple of years at least.
But this is something we are really looking forward to because again, one thing we know for sure that it'll have a lot of heart.
Yes, for sure.
So we're definitely looking forward to that, and also looking forward to your concert tonight. Is there some glimpse of what we can expect? Few lines you can hum for us? I know you are.
Humming, I don't know if I'll be
I
able to
know.
do or not because now I need to go do some steaming, open my nose. You can hear my blocked nose. But yes, doing a set after very long in Dubai, so we have redesigned the music a bit,
Lovely.
and I have more songs than I think I came here last time.
Ah,
And we're also doing Shan and me. We're also doing a fun set
jam.
together in at the end or maybe in the middle of it. So
Wow, that's a surprise.
oh, I shouldn't have said it, but yeah,
No,
okay.
no, of course. That's a surprise coming up.
Yeah, so yeah, looking forward.
Amazing. So we are looking forward to that. And before we end up, I also wanted to know one thing. What has been that one industry trend or that you think has changed in the industry, good or bad, for singers, for musicians? For example, with so many multi-platforms that have come up. Earlier there was like a Coke Studio. Today they have Netflix. They have multiple platforms. Also, the media, like there's TikTok, there is YouTube. So, what has been the biggest change, and how has it worked for singers and musicians?
It has brought us a lot of music we wouldn't have heard otherwise, especially in places like India, because there's big umbrella of a Bollywood, industry where music comes out of films and very good quality music comes out, production wise and projects wise. Lots of money's been put into airtime and all of that.
Right.
In the midst of that, when internet is growing so fast, a lot of music, a lot of musicians which should have been out there couldn't go through that narrow bottleneck of Bollywood, so they
Right.
can now express
Been
and
expanded.
reach out to people with their music. Good and bad both are coming. Also, a
Right.
lot of bad music also coming through it because we have to skip it. It's just momentary, but the good stuff will stay and
Longer,
time
of
tested will
course.
be. But yes, there it's good. I like the way like I started as an independent artist.
Yes.
I was known for my songs before I came into Bollywood, but we didn't have as many platforms, none rather.
Yes.
So now that has changed, and which is I think good for the generation now.
Amazing. So, before we wind up, one last question. Tell us 5 things about you that we do not know about.
I cut my own hair.
Wow. You
I
do a good job.
thank you. There's nothing good to be here done here, so it's easy. Then I I cook. I like cooking my Assamese fish dishes and stuff like that. Maybe you don't know about that. I do a lot of. I don't know if you know this. I do a lot of forest walks and trips as almost more than my music.
Very connected to nature then.
Yes, I would rather say music is my second love. Maybe at forest and trees are my first love.
Wow.
And I'm not a city person, but also I love cities because I love. The fourth thing would be I love window shopping. I just
Dubai is a place to
yeah
be.
yeah. So I do my evening 10,000, 15,000 steps and also feel good somehow. I think it's a
Okay.
therapy also. I believe in that. Just looking at good designs and good stuff and good clothes and visual merchandising on the
Right.
shops. I love that. Third is I paint and draw, which I don't know if
Oh,
you
wow.
know, which is what I started off as a child in school. Music was very late,
Okay.
professionally. So yes, I still
Do
would
you
like
go
to.
back to that?
I still like to if I get time, but music takes up a lot of time because I not only sing, I produce my own sound, compose my own songs. So every sound of a kick or a snare or a guitar or a patch, it takes a lot of time to study and understand and create. So if I get time, I would like to
Get back to.
paint again. Yeah.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Papon, for
Thank
talking
you.
to us on Filmfare Middle East. It's
Thank
been
you.
such a pleasure.
Thank you,
And
Aakanksha.
wish you all the best for the concert tonight.
And
And we'll look up to you again on the stage.
yes, I hope to see you there
Have a
tonight.
rocking one.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for talking to us.
Thank you.